Thank you very much, guys. As Yvonne said, my name is Kyle, and most of you will know my background, I guess. I used to be a police officer in London for 5.5 years, so I came from police, and then I changed jobs to be a graphic designer. And then I joined Forever in 2015 in February. So I'm almost 3 years now into the business, so I'm pretty brand new still. I actually had been offered Forever 1.5 years before I started. So for those of you that have offered it to your friends or maybe your brother, and they said no and told you not to talk about it again to them, you might want to just be a bit patient. But, you know, for me, starting out, it wasn't, I guess it was just the right time. And I'd watched things like this today, like seen loads of pictures of all these beautiful ladies and gents. You know, coming to events, and I saw a lot of excitement, and it kind of intrigued me as to what they did. I thought at first it was just selling C9s and drinking gels, but when I got, you know, I did a lot more, I guess, investigating, like a bit like my job in the police, and I realized that this is definitely something that I wanted to do. And you know what, when you hear some people say, I started out and I didn't know if it was going to work for me, like, I don't know, something in my back of my mind told me it was going to work. I knew it was going to work. I was kind of certain that I was going to work at it, so therefore it would work for me. And I think looking up to people, you know, people that inspire you in the business, I was just lucky that I guess I had my sisters and my mum, and adopted sisters like Lisa, you know, to look at successful people, and I followed them. So fast forward 3 years now, nearly. I've flown around many countries with Forever. It's given me everything that it promised. And actually, it didn't promise me anything. Emma said to me, I promise you it won't work if you don't work. So, and she said, if you do work, it will work. So, yeah, it's been amazing. What I'm going to cover with you today, I want you to kind of like forget about everything you know about Forever. Forget about forget about any rules or retailing, prospecting, anything that you've kind of got in your mind, and any limitations as well. Like, I'm no mindset motivation coach, right? Otherwise, I'd be like jumping around the stage, and I really wouldn't, because I'd probably split my jeans here a bit tight. Very tight. But I want you to forget about everything you know, because the simplicity of it, of what I'm going to show you, it's just super simple. So it's very, very easy to learn, and it's easy then to show other people. And I don't know about you guys, but if it's clear, like clarity is simplicity, right? It's simple, it's easy, it's clear, I can go and show somebody else. So that's what I'm going to take you through today. Now, some people might think you get lucky. Some people who are successful are lucky. So you might say, you know, your sister's Emma, so you're lucky. I would call that unlucky, but you know, you come from a background in the police, so you're a good communicator anyway, so you're lucky. Or, you know, it's the area you live in. And luck is not, you know, who's your sister, the postcode you live in. It's by design. So, you know, you create your own luck in business. And we're lucky that with Forever, everyone can be successful. You know, all of you here can be a diamond manager. I will be one day, I know it. You just got to believe it. You've got to say, you know, we can all do it, because everyone can. And you'll see people going up on stage, and even the big events like Global Rally, the people that cross the stage are just like you and I. So that's the inspiring thing. So keep coming to events like today, because bit by bit, event by event, you realize, yeah, this is a bit of me right there. And I love this quote. It's, when the root is deep, there's no need to fear the wind. So when your belief in Forever, before I go into the actual nitty-gritty of it, when your belief in the business and in the product is there and it's strong, if someone comes and says, that's a load of rubbish, you're not going to quit. That's pretty much what that says. So when the tough gets going, when the tough times hit, the tough people get going. They don't just drop away. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people get upset by people. I mean, God, if my sister would have quit after the things I said to her about Forever, wow, there would be no Eagles team. You know, some of us in the room we just wouldn't be sat here. So I think when your belief is there, and you get that belief by events, business presentations, like Bob said, we need the BP, and sometimes it needs us. You know, you build up that belief in it. So keeping it very simple, the opportunity for Forever is you have two sides. You have retail, and you also have recruiting. Now, we all know that to build our 4 case credits and master those 4 case credits and go above them, you can either do that by retailing all of that, or you can recruit and then retail some as well. Obviously, of those 4 case credits, one of those needs to be in retail, for those of you that are new. So if you were, say, to recruit 4 people, you would technically have over 4 case credits, but one of those 4 needs to be in retail, okay? And this is your opportunity, retailing and recruiting, really, really simple. Now, the skill set for both of these, you might think are different. Some people say, you know, well, recruiting, some people are good at recruiting, some people are really good at retailing. I hear that all the time. Has anyone else said it in the room? I'm good at retailing, I'm just not good at recruiting. Yeah, see, one person, honest, yeah? Okay, there's loads of everyone. Yeah, we've all said it. I've said it. I say, no, I'm good at recruiting, but at the beginning, I just don't know if I can retail. You know, who's going to buy fitness programs from somebody who was, you know, that I was quite out of shape? You might say I'm still out of shape. Please don't judge me. You know, who's going to buy products from me? I'm an ex-cop. You know, I've never sold a product. I've never sold anything in my life. But the truth is, if you talk about a business opportunity, you can talk about the product. So if you know the benefit of the product, you know the benefit of the business. Do you see where I'm going here? It's exactly the same skill set. So if you have said to yourself, I can't recruit, like some of the people who said they've made their first 1cc in retail, I'm like, that's amazing. You can go and recruit somebody now, for sure, because you know exactly what to say to sell a product. And so you just got to learn the business side now to, you know, to sell the business to somebody as well, to show it. And there is a language that network marketers use. I mean, it's not just about going out and saying, hey, do you want a business? Because that doesn't work. You know, you have to learn the language. So going to these trainings, listening to stuff online, that's how I taught myself. There is a language, isn't there, that we use. There's words that we don't use, like but. You know, oh, if you wouldn't mind taking a look. Well, I wouldn't say that, you know. So there's a certain language that will help you. And I was actually in the airport flying up here on Thursday, and I was about to go and buy a camera from Dixon's. I was thinking, can I say it? We're not on television, are we? So of course I can say it. Can I mention another brand? Yeah. So I was in Dixon's, or Comet, whatever it's called, and as I walked up, I was going to buy a camera, like a 4K digital camera anyway. It wasn't cheap. And as I walked in, the guy was like, just stood there like this. He was like, and immediately I was like, oh, that's not a very warm reception. Anyway, so I picked up the camera, had a look at it, and I was like, I said, can you tell me a little bit about this? He was like, it's a great camera. Did I buy the camera? Yeah. No. So on here, you know, one of the skill sets is tell your own business story. Tell it with some excitement, be excited about it. And also, when you talk about the benefits of the business, share the excitement, because if it's just like, yeah, it's great, my friend Rachel earns quite a lot of money from it, you know, that kind of thing, you're not really going to inspire me to take action. There's a video, it's not on here, but if you, later, don't Google it now, but there's a guy from Microsoft who goes mental on a stage. We had an event recently, and one of our friends put it on the screen and said, you know, imagine if we were all this excited about forever. And he jumps on and it's like, wah, going crazy, like, woo, getting the crowd going mental. And it was like, God, you would actually sit and go, what is it that you've made? Or what is it that you're selling? Or what are you doing? But the skill set, you know, is exactly the same. So if you've retailed one tooth gel, or one drinking gel, you can recruit your first team member. And if you have recruited before, then you can recruit again. If you've retailed before, you can retail again. So keep it very simple. So those are literally the skill sets that I go by. And the self-talk. So some of you might want to put your hand up if you have, if you can see your own quote on there. Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah. So at the beginning, I mean, I thought I was just going to, you know, not retail. Have you ever had a person that says, I'm just going to recruit, I'm not interested in the product? Yeah, and you're like, it's a great attitude to have. I was that person. But again, it's still the same skill set. So if you've heard yourself say that, you don't need to now, because you've just seen the skill set for the others. And where your focus goes, really, is where you will build. So take, for example, my own business. This month, at the beginning, I just went through a period of loving retailing C9s. Like, I'm a bit obsessed with it. So my case credits are all of retail this month. I'm about to sponsor a couple of people next week. So I will have made up my over 4, obviously, with the recruiting as well. But with the retailing side of things, all my focus was going on C9s and fits because of the time of year. So it was no surprise that all my results were from fits and C9s. So if you focused on recruiting heavily, then you're going to recruit. if you don't focus on retail, you're not going to retail. Does that make sense? It is really common sense, right? And you might be like, he's teaching me how to suck eggs. But if you just bear it in mind when you are going about your daily business, that if you try and get it like a scale, 50% energy, and that's if you want to build a team. You don't have to. So for those of you that don't, that won't apply to you. Keep with 100% focus on the retail. But if you want to build, your 4 case credits by mixing up recruiting and retailing, then make sure you've got a balance, because where your energy and focus goes is where that is obviously going to build. It's like when I focus on eating Snickers, I'm going to build this, aren't I? Think of it like that. It's the same. So these are my case credits that I've took just to show an example of how I've built up way over 4 case credits, because I think it's a show, don't tell business. You'll hear that a lot. But I can say, I can safely say, well, these are my case credits, and I can tell you how I've done it. So the personal at the top is from personal retail, the personal case credits. So you look on the far left there. I retailed, I think that's at the top there. I retailed 2. And I recruited 3. So my focus was more so on the recruiting that month. And then I recruited 4 in the middle, and I retailed 2. And then I recruited 3, and I retailed 10. So lead-up time as well. I'll go through that shortly. But as you start out in your business, if you did take December off, then you're crazy. But if you did take December off, then all your work that you're putting in now is going to pay off in a couple of months. So be patient, because the lead-up time here, like it shows you for me, I built up over 4 cc a month by recruiting and retailing. And then it's so much easier then to hit way past that 4. And in fact, I always set myself a goal. I say by the first week, my 4 case credits are done, just so then I can focus then on actually recruiting and developing my team members as well. So having a good balance in your business, I mean, it's never going to be 5 case credits of recruiting, 5. If it is, then you're amazing, and probably OCD. But, I mean, you just try and get a good balance in your business, and that will help you moving forward. So I always look at what I'm going to do for the month ahead, and I think it's important to have a plan. And I tend to list down the things that I am prepared to do and that I will do in the month moving forward. So I have a plan for this month. I've got a plan already for February too. The first and foremost is personal use. Gemma will tell you, we shared a room last night as friends, but our product bags are massive. We take our products everywhere with us. And so personal use is really important. In my home, you will not find a product that is not forever, apart from a child's special product for William, for my nephew. But personal use is huge. So I probably use around probably about 1 case credit of products a month. When you're starting off, you might think, well, I can't afford that. That's fine. Just use the products in your box, and with your profits, I used to reinvest in my products, and I would try another one. And what that did then, that built my customer base, because I was recommending different types of products to different people then. So that expanded it. So when you saw the 10 case credits in retail in 1 month, that's because I reinvested some money, not huge amounts, and I would say, buy the Sonia serum, loved it, told all my friends, and lent it out. And then I sold a load of them. It's common sense, isn't it? But by using it, you'll definitely be able to then promote it a lot easier. Product launches, the fear for a guy, I don't know why, but doing a product launch scares me. So I just like to call them get-togethers. And if there's 2 people in a room, that's a launch for me. 1 person, like Beth Turner says, have you seen a video from Success Day? It's amazing. She's like, if there's a person, I'm launching. Yeah. So you just get your products out. She's going to see that, isn't she? No, but it's true. If there's a product there, you're launching. I don't need an audience like this, to kind of talk about the business. And you can just have a coffee with somebody and show them the product. So that's technically a product launch. Or a pamper party, whatever you want to call it. I know you guys do Aloe Glow up here. A lot get the glow. That's amazing. I would have glow parties. We'll just bring your glow sticks and then bring the aloe. Experience packs as well, they're really simple. A girl in my team actually yesterday, she'd never given an experience pack out, and she said, I know that I should be giving them out. She gave out 8 yesterday in 1 day, just 3 products in each one. She gave out 8, and I said, how have you gone from 0 to hero, like in experience packs? And she was like, I just was too scared to ask somebody, and I thought I'll just go into work and say, hey, would you try some products for free? Hey, would you try? And they all said yes. I was like, it's surprising, isn't it? So experience packs are really good. I get at least 2 out a week, and I always have one spare in the boot of my car, just in case I meet somebody or come across someone who I can give some products to. Lisa Prescott has sponsored a lady that was parked next to her in Tesco. She approached her about an Infinite kit, and the lady is now a supervisor. Yeah, she's a supervisor. She's doing amazing. How good's that? In a Tesco, I don't suggest you all go and hang out in Tesco car parks, but I always have a product there available because that'll do the talking for you. Stalls and events, pamper nights, talking to people, referrals. Now, these are all free. This business is so good because you don't have to pay hundreds of pounds to set up events. They're all free. You know, using your mouth is free, thankfully. I'd be broke. But talking to people, get referrals. You know, a lot of my sales over the weekend, over Christmas, I sold 7 through one girl. She referred 7 people to me. Like, imagine. I was like, shall I sign her up? I was like, no, just keep them coming to me. You know, 7 people. I give people really good service, and they'll come back to you. And, you know, you help them to look and feel better. They're going to help you as well with giving you some customers. And look after them, they're lifelong customers, and then they may potentially see an opportunity for them as well. This time of year as well, as I've said, I focus heavily on the C9 and the Fit range. Breaking down what case credits look like, because I think the thought of 4 case credits in your mind, does it not seem quite big? Well, to some of you. Some of you it doesn't. Some of you say yeah. Or yes, as you say in Scotland. But I thought if I put it on a visual for you, it's going to seem a lot easier. It is a lot easier than what you think. So 2cc on the left, do you know someone, just a shampoo and conditioner, do you know someone who washes their hair? And you may laugh, but it is this simple. 1 person who washes their hair, 2 friends that want to drink the drinking gel. 1 friend that, like myself, has had a very good Christmas and needs to do a 9-day cleanse. And then I might, if I'm buying it from you, I might actually want to do the 15-day program after it. So you might not even have to find another customer. And then 4 people who brush their teeth in Scotland. I'll hold the joke. 2 people that wash their hands. 1 person that uses deodorant, and another person that moisturizes their skin. That's 2 case credits. Isn't that amazing? Because it's simple, isn't it? My job is done. Thank you. And then 4 case credits as well. What I do is I actually have a visual of this, and I print it out, and I have a little box next to it, and when I've sold it, I tick it. And for me, that helps me. It makes me feel a bit of a sense of achievement, because I'm like, yeah, well done, mate. You've done that. Well done. And even, I mean, I know Diamond Sapphire managers that do this too. So it is an easy way and a great way to actually monitor. And it encourages you, I think, to do more. Rather than you sit at the bottom of a mountain looking to the top, you're thinking, wow, that's huge. I can't climb it. Don't we? But as soon as you make the first steps, that might be selling 1 drinking gel, tick. 1 tooth gel, tick, I'm on my way. Yeah? So I would recommend all of you kind of have a look at this as a visual and print one off yourself. Recruiting strategy is, like I've got with my retailing, recruiting strategy is vital. I was speaking to a lady who joined the same day as me. I met her at the last Success Day, and she's an assistant supervisor. And she came up to me and she said, I joined the same day as you. How weird's that? And I was like, that's weird. Yeah, like, hi, nice to meet you. And then I said, how are you finding business? And she was like, I'm still assistant supervisor. And I was like, well, don't say still, because I bet you've learned loads in the 2.5, nearly 3 years anyway. And she said, what? I said, well, what do you do on a daily basis to recruit, for example? And she said, well, I don't really. And I said, well, there you go. That's all. This is all I did, and this is all I do. So speaking to 5 people a day, make no excuses about it. Set that discipline in your daily routine so that you do treat it seriously. And like Bob said at the beginning, we don't have a boss, so we are the boss in our business. So be a boss on yourself, I guess. Tell yourself, you've got to do this. Otherwise, we could just all go to sleep and just chill out. Because there's no one head office are not going to call you and say, hey, where's that team? Where's those case credits? Can you imagine if they did? That'd be awful, wouldn't it? So I always make it that I do 5 people a day. Now, your warm list is the people that you already know. I've never, ever added a random on Facebook and messaged them and said, hey, I don't know you, but do you want a business? I've never had to do that. So go from your people that you know, write your who do you know list, and speak to people off that daily. And then when you're done, make sure you've been building your who do you know list as well by doing activities such as like stalls, events, networking meetings. Be social, be friendly, build that contact list consistently. Make 10 new friends per week by contact marketing. There are people everywhere. There's a woman that works here downstairs. I approached her this morning after I went to the toilet. I came back out and I was like, hey, I don't have a business card, but do you know what we're doing here? She was like, no. So I told her. So make 10 new friends a week is really simple. All of you go get your food shopping, unless you're lazy and get it online. Yeah? Well, it's not lazy, actually. I don't know why I said you're lazy. You're not lazy if you're getting it online. It's just convenient. Efficient, that's it. Thank you, Rosie, yeah. Leafleting and flyering, that's a great way to build your who do you know list as well. I've sponsored a few people from flyering. Networking events, social media. Now, social media, you can do it really right, and you've probably seen some people do it really right and then really, really wrong. When like, I don't know, the profile is just aloe. It's like, are you a plant? I don't know, I can't even tell. And some people actually change their name, don't they, to John Aloe Vera Jones. You're like, wow. But not to laugh at those people, but I would just say work your social media right, because social media is not to try and make people think that you're earning a load of money, you're living an amazing lifestyle when really you're not. It's about being honest and sharing the excitement. So things like today, share that. It's exciting. This is fun stuff, so definitely share it with people on your social media. It will help you. Advertising and events as well. So, with those 2 case credits in retail and 4 case credits in retail, what I've done here is, that was example 1 and 2. So example 1 here on the left, to be 4cc active, you recruit 1 person. Now, when you recruit 1 person, when they make an order, you get the first 2 case credits of that sign up. You know that, right? Okay, so when you sign somebody up, you'll get 1.085. Up to 2 case credits that they make, you will also get that. So that counts towards your FBO case credits. So it's never been easier, never ever been easier to do your 4 case credits. So you recruit 1 person, you help them do 0.915 case credits in retail, and you've got 2 case credits from that person you've just introduced, that new FBO. And in example 2, you've got, say, 2 recruits. So you recruit 2 people, you do exactly the same, you help them find a 0.915 order in their first month, easy done, and then you'll get 4 case credits for that. And if you think back to those slides with the 2 case credits and the 4 in retail, so you can see, 4 is like, it's just a stepping stone. You've got to take the limit off of, I can't do 4, like, oh, will I do my 4, will I not? Like, just think of 5, 6. That's where you want to be. And you can do it simply by recruiting and retailing. It makes it a lot easier. So here's the example. Now, example 1 on the left, if you sponsored 1 person and you helped them get up to 2 case credits, then that would look like the retail, for example. You can choose other products that you wish. But again, 2 people who wash their hair, 2 people that want to drink the drinking gel, 4 people brush their teeth, the C9 Fit 15, and 2 people that have hands. Okay? It is that simple. Example 2, someone who wants to do a 9-day cleanse and someone who wants to do a Fit 15. It's amazing, isn't it? So just 2 people that you sign up a month and retail the C9 and the Fit 15, and you're 5 case credits active. So that limitation you put on yourself to do 4, it's gone. Anyone impatient in the room? Be really honest, hands up. Yeah? So in Forever, you'll learn patience, and it's definitely a skill I am mastering. Because when you start off, your excitement is there, and you're buzzing, you're telling loads of people, and then the next, you might hit a point where you're thinking, okay, when is all this going to pay off? Yeah? I was doing long nights of work, 12-hour days. I would then do Forever. I didn't really go out much in the first 3 months of my business because I wanted to get to senior manager. And you kind of think, when is this going to pay off? And it does. You have to be patient. All the work that you're doing now in January will come through, and you'll see that in March. You'll get the results. All the work you do in February pays off in April, and so on and so forth. So remember, be patient. All the work you're doing now, you will see a result of. And I don't know, when you start Forever, you think it's some sort of different business. You think it's a miracle. Some people think it's a miracle business, and that it's not a normal business. Well, this is a normal business, so you have to put the time and effort in, and then you're going to see the reward. So be patient and be willing to kind of put that time and effort and hard work in, because the results are life-changing and huge. So I'll finish up today with saying, if you want more in your business, then just simply keep it really simple. Say, I want more, I'm going to share more. I want to build a bigger team, I'm going to recruit more. If I want to build a bigger retail base, I'm going to retail more. And with those strategies that I've showed you, those will definitely work. They're proven systems to work, step by step, easy to follow. So I thank you very much, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you.